feeling tight in the hips, try the sequence. So you're going to come down the top of your mat to a yogi squat. So your feet are going to be at 45-degree angles to the edges of the mat. And you're going to squat back, sit back as far as you can, whatever that looks like for you. You can put a block under your seat or a bolster, and then you're taking your hands to prayer. You're pushing out your knees with your elbows. And staying here for a couple breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Go ahead and using all the strength in your legs, push yourself up and fold over to a ragdoll. So bring your feet in. You're going to be in this ragdoll stance. So you're hinging from the hips here, okay? And then rounding in the spine after you fold over. And then just grabbing both elbows. Just maybe swaying from side to side. You can play around with this. You can keep a bent knee if you're extra tight. And you can also bring your hands to one side of your foot, rocking back and forth. Just playing with this ragdoll, making it your own, seeing what feels nice for your body, what gives you the ability to create the most space here. So working into those hips. Staying here for one more breath. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to fold. Go ahead and plant the hands in the mat. Step the right foot back. Step the left foot back. So you're in a nice strong plank. From here, you're going to go ahead and lower the belly all the way to the mat. You're going to take a baby cobra, so untuck your toes, feet flat to the mat, and your elbows are pointed back to the edge of the mat. Inhale, lift. Now engage in the glutes here, okay? You're engaging in the core, you're engaging in the glutes, sealing them together to protect the low back. And then just come back into that one more time. So inhaling as you lift. And exhale to release. One more time. Inhale to lift. And exhale. Release. Go ahead and push all the way back up into your strong plank. Pushing up into your down dog. Pedal out your down dog. Make this your own once again. So maybe looking under one arm with the head. Looking under the other arm. Paddling the feet. Walking the feet. Maybe you bring the feet to one side or the other. And then just coming into a place of stillness. Maybe keeping a bent knee, if that feels nice. And looking up at the top of the thigh. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And from here, go ahead and come into a three-legged dog. So you're going to bring that right heel up to the sky. Bend that knee. And pull it all the way forward. Frame the foot with the hands. Coming into a low lunge by dropping the knee. Reaching up the hands. Nice low lunge. And from here, we're going to stretch that hip flexor. We're going to bring that right hand down to the mat. Reaching over and across. Opening up through the chest here. And thinking about finding lift as you pull all the way up. Finding a good stretch there. Inhaling one more time. And exhale. Bringing the hands to the mat, framing the foot, and then reaching all the way back, extending that front leg as you sit back. Now maybe that looks like it's higher, maybe that's lower. You do you. So just breathing into that, maybe you drop the forehead towards the knee. Finding a release here, all the way back, that posterior chain, all the way up, and then coming back forward. We're going to take that on the other side. So you're going to reach back, find your down dog. Extend that left leg up, bend the knee, three-legged dog, and then we're going to pull that foot all the way forward to frame the foot, okay? And then we're going to drop into that low lunge. Inhale as you lift, find your low lunge, and then exhale. So you drop that left hand towards the opposite side of the mat, and reach and extend up, building the stretch all the way up through that side body, opening up there. Those two huge muscles that connect each other. And then coming all the way back. Hands come to the top of the mat. And then pushing all the way back, extending that left leg, flexing the right. Finding the forehead towards the knee. Just finding a little release here. Focusing on that exhale, drawing it out. One more breath. And then coming back into your down dog. So from here, we're gonna walk those feet in, all the way to the top. Taking that nice forward fold one more time. Maybe that means a bent knee. Extending up, bending the knee. And up one more time. And this time, walking the right foot back, walking the left foot back. Coming into your, we'll skip the chaturanga. We'll come into that up dog. The down dog. And you're going to bring your heel back up. So three-legged dog, right heel to the sky. Pulling it all the way through. Once again, framing that foot. Coming into a crescent lunge. So nice strong high lunge here. That foot in the back is spiked. Your knee in the front is bent. And your feet are grounded into the mat. And then go ahead and inhale, lift, and exhale. Extend both legs. Whoop. Falling over into your triangle pose or pyramid pose. Both feet are pointed towards the top of the mat here in our pyramid stance. And just bringing that forehead towards the knee. Maybe bending that knee, coming back up into that high lunge one more time. Inhaling as you lift and look up at the hands. And then exhale, fold. One more time. Making sure to breathe. And then go ahead, find your down dog. And then get ready to go to the other side. So left heel rises, inhale. And exhale as you pull that through. Inhaling all the way up to your high lunge, crescent lunge on your left side. Finding a lift as you inhale and exhale. Extend both legs nice and straight. Feet are pointed to the top of the mat. Forehead is dropping over the knee and you're exhaling. Finding a little lift here and then drawing that exhale a little bit longer. And then maybe take that one more time, so bending that front knee, reaching up, crescent lunge, looking up at the hands if you can, and then extending those legs and dropping the forehead towards the knee. Maybe that means you have a bent knee, and maybe you notice the difference from one side to the other. Maybe you're tighter on this side, or looser, and just becoming aware and working into that. Breathing one more breath here. And then we're just going to open up, turning both feet towards the side of the mat, the long edge of the mat, and just finding a nice wide leg fold here. So just dropping the head towards the mat and maybe opening the feet wider for a little bit of ease here, or bringing the feet closer for a little bit more work. Maybe finding a bent knee, maybe grabbing behind the knees and just drawing that crown of the head towards the mat. Maybe placing the left hand on the mat and reaching up with the right hand, opening up for a little bit of a twist. Exhaling as you twist into that. And then bringing the hands to the mat. Inhale as you lift the left hand and exhale into that twist. And then dropping the hands to the mat. And we'll go into our surfer's lunge or our side lunge. So you're gonna sink in to your right hip as you maybe pick the toes up on the left. You can grab the foot if you want here, make it your own. You can place the right hand down and extend up, working into that hip flexor and that side body. Reaching the fingertips up. Finding a nice side lunge here and not worrying about your ankle coming to the mat. From here, you're going to twist around. We're going to find a very low lunge, a lizard lunge. So you're going to walk your foot out to the edge of your mat. Make it 45 degrees and then drop that left hip. Untuck your toe. Sink into this delicious lizard lunge. You can bring the elbows to the mat, depending on how you're feeling this day, or you can stay up here. I'll stay up today and just breathing into that, inhaling through the nose and exhaling maybe through the mouth. And one more breath. Inhale and exhale. And I'm finding a little bit of a pivot turn here as we bring that back leg to the side and reaching around, reaching through, making sure to not fall into that left hand, extending that right arm back, finding a twist to work into these outer glutes here, and then reaching all the way back up and around, and then coming all the way over to the other side. So we're gonna sink in to the left side now. So whatever you did on the other side, so if you reached for that toe, or if you brought the hand up and found a little extension there, opening up to that side body, working into those inner thighs, inner legs, and then coming into our lizard lunge. So just pivoting around, walking the foot out to the left edge of the mat, turning it 45 degrees, and then dropping that knee, finding your lizard lunge. Now, if you stayed here, I'd advise you to find the balance on the left side, or if you came all the way down to the elbows, coming down. And once again, noticing the difference from your left to your right and working with that. Making sure to breathe. One more breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then go ahead and pivot around and reach back. So your back foot is facing sideways to the mat, and you're pushing up into that arm, extending back through the left. You're gonna feel a nice stretch in the side body here, in the outer glutes. And then coming all the way back forward. Find your plank. Now you can take your chaturanga if you'd like to, or you can come to the knees and come into a baby cobra once more, or maybe lift that up all the way into your up dog, engaging in those glutes. And then pushing all the way up into your down dog. Now from here, I want you to bring your right heel up, standing it back, taking a breath, and then bringing your knee all the way forward to your chest. Now extend that leg straight all the way to the opposite side, okay? So you should, we're taking it a little bit easy here. We're not gonna drop down to this, but you should feel a nice stretch in your IT band here. You can take this lower if you'd like. Wiggle that foot back, making it a little deeper, or you can stay up high, doing what feels nice for your body. And breathing. Should feel a little bit of a shake here. It's not an easy pose. And then coming back into that strong plank, pushing back into that down dog. We'll take the other side, so lifting the left heel, holding it there for a moment, and then bringing knee to nose, and then extending that leg out to the opposite side. Maybe staying here, or wiggling that foot back, stretching into that pose, feeling the stretch all the way down the leg side here. That strong muscle group that can tend to stay very tight. Breathing into this. And then coming back into your down dog. Take your three-legged dog on the right and pull your knee all the way towards your nose into a pigeon. So you'll have a nice flexion up here. Front leg is bent, the back leg is straight, your foot is really laying flat to the mat. And then you can bring the arms forward into your pigeon, taking a big inhale through the nose and exhale it out. Maybe bringing the forehead to the mat. Staying here, or we're going to lift and go to the other side. So coming back into your down dog and lifting the left heel to the sky. And then bringing knee to nose and dropping that into your pigeon on the left. So the foot is flat against the mat back, the leg is extended, and then we're just going to breathe in through our nose and release down to our mat. Staying here for a couple more breaths. One more breath. And knowing you can always pause this and stay here if you like. And then you're just going to swing that back leg all the way around. And we're going to take a seated twist. So you're going to bring your right foot underneath your left leg. And then bring your left leg over your right. Bringing your right arm extended all the way up. And then crossing your right elbow to your left knee. Extending the left arm back towards the base of the spine. And then exhaling as you twist. Creating that space needed for that twist. And really finding length in the crown of the head. Almost like it's pulling you upwards in this pose. Creating just a little bit more space that's needed. Breathing deep. Maybe that's an audible breath or an ujjayi breath. And then we'll work towards the other side, just releasing through center, crossing the right over left this time. And then bringing that left arm up, and then crossing over the right knee, bringing that right hand to the base of the spine down here, towards the tailbone, and then creating that space needed. And breathing into that. Finding that lift in that right hand, not sinking into that shoulder, thinking about lifting the body up. And also being kind and gentle and not pushing too hard. And one more breath. And then just releasing that. And we'll take a butterfly pose. So bringing the soles of the feet together. And then just bringing the heel of the foot inwards as far as you feel comfortable. The knees do not have to come to the mat. Interlacing the fingers, wrapping them around the foot. Now if the knees come to the mat, that's fine too. And then just inhaling as you find lift. And exhale, bringing the elbows towards the knees, engaging in your core as you exhale. Hinging from the hips. So you're still finding length here in that chest and that back. And taking one more breath. And then go ahead and extend the legs long. Take a forward fold. Inhale as you lift the arms, flex the feet, hinging from the hips first. Bringing your tummy towards the top of your thigh and then rounding in your spine. Bringing your nose to your knee. And maybe your hands come to your shin. Maybe they come to your knee. Maybe they wrap around the back of the knee. Or they come to the feet. And then just feeling into that. Working with the inhale and the exhale. Maybe keeping that bent knee. Taking one more big breath. Really dropping that chin towards the chest here. Feeling that line of energy that wraps around us. And then go ahead and release. We'll take a quick plow pose, so bringing the seat of your body up towards the top of the mat and finding some extension in the legs here, flexing the feet. And then if you'd like to, you can come into plow pose by bringing the hips up and back and extending the feet, keeping a nice line in the neck, keeping a neutral curve there, bringing the feet toward the earth, keeping a flex in the foot there, and breathing into this. And then releasing all the way back down. Bring your feet to the edges of your mat. And then bring your knees together. Release your head. You should feel a nice inner thigh stretch here. a little bit of outer thigh. And just breathe into this. Take one final pose after this. Just working with that breath. Really breathing into those areas that are tight. Imagining that breath flowing to those areas. And then just coming back to center, giving the knees a hug, wrapping your right knee across your left, pulling the ankles towards the mat or towards the earth. And then just dropping the right knee towards the left and finding a nice belly twist as you reach and extend that right hand out. Creating that space once again as you find that twist. Knowing that the shoulder does not have to meet the mat. But knowing that the longer that you lay here and work with that breath, finding that release in your nervous system and in your muscles and the tension that might be created there prior to this workout, you will find them come closer to the mat as you breathe deep and extend that exhale. And then bringing the knees back up to center, giving them one last hug towards the chest. And then wrapping left across the right knee, bringing those heels towards the mat, giving a nice squeeze for the outer glutes. And then just dropping your knees towards the right, extending that left arm out this time. Maybe looking and gazing at that left hand. And really thinking about breathing into that center body here. That area of body where there's a bundle of nerves that gives us the wisdom and the confidence and the power that we need. Breathing in deep. And one more breath. And then bringing the legs back to center. Reaching them up tall, maybe grabbing the toe, taking any last stretches that feel nice for you, maybe a happy baby, rocking back and forth, or maybe extending those legs out and up, and then just coming into your Shavasana, or you can do a reclined butterfly, whatever feels nice for you, bringing the hands to the belly or the heart. And just honoring yourself for coming today, for taking time, the time needed for your body to relax and be ready to do anew, to do the next thing, to take the next step. And just staying here as long as you'd like. Namaste.